If you're a frequent flyer, this is something you'll need to know about. In less than a year, you will need what's known as a real ID to board a plane. The San Antonio International Airport, TSA, and the Texas Department of Public Safety want to remind everyone that now is the time to check your ID cards. Digital journalist Ivan Herrera with what you need to know.
The Real ID Act will be enforced beginning October 1st, 2020. But what is Real ID and what does this mean for you? Back in 2005, Congress passed the Real ID Act. This enacted the 9/11 Commission's recommendation that the federal government set minimum security standards for state-issued driver's licenses and ID cards. To get a Real ID, you're required to prove your age, identity, social security number, and address. This means bringing more documents to the DMV when you renew your license, including a birth certificate or passport, a social security card or tax form, and proof of address.
From our perspective at TSA, Real ID adds another important layer of security to the many other layers we already have in place, and it helps prevent people from using fraudulent IDs.
So, how do you know if you have a Real ID? Check the upper right-hand corner of your ID. If there's a gold star there, that indicates it is a Real ID. If not, you'll need a new one before next October. Texas started issuing Real ID compliant cards in October 2016. So, nearly 16 million Texans already have them. Another 1.5 million Texans are scheduled to renew their license before the October 1st deadline of next year. If you don't fall into either one of these categories, DPS is reaching out to let you know what you can do.
Their options may include renewing their driver license or ID card up to 2 years early, requesting a replacement card, or ignoring all of our reminders because they already have a valid U.S. passport and they plan to use that to travel.
So, what will happen if you try to board a flight on October 1st without a Real ID?
You don't have a Real ID, you don't have another acceptable form of ID like a passport or military ID. Our officers will not want to have to tell you that you can't fly, but that's what they will have to tell you.
For more information on the Real ID Act, visit texas.gov/goldstar. For the 9, Ivan Herrera.